Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Tales of Arise on PlayStation 5. Okay. Land of brimstone and swirling ash. Orbis Caligula.
That's...
Ganymede Castle, stronghold of Lord Balsef,
Balzac.
composed ruler of all Calaglia.
I've never seen it from this close before.
That's it, all right. And next to it are the gates of fire. Take a good long look while you still can. That wall is what we've come to tear down. The only thing standing between us and freedom.
Freedom.
Let's go.
Can you even see out of that thing? Like, at all?
Of course I can. How else do you think I managed to avoid tripping everywhere I go?
What is that thing anyway? It doesn't look like anything Dan and I've ever seen.
Beats me. I don't remember anything about my past. When I came to, I was already wearing it. If I could get it off, I would. Damn thing makes it hard to eat. And I can't scratch my face when it itches. It's the worst.
Honestly, I'm just impressed you've managed to survive this long looking like that. I'm sure you attract attention wherever you go.
Most of the other Danans don't pay it any mind. It's in everyone's best interest to just keep their heads down, focus on their work, and pretend they don't notice.
What about the Renan soldiers? Didn't they notice?
The guards? They're more the kill first, ask questions later type. Be in the wrong place or step out of line and you're dead. Mask or no mask. That said, as long as you keep your head down and don't cause trouble, they mostly ignore you. Honestly, sometimes they don't look all that keen to stir up trouble themselves. A friend of mine said it's because if they kill us without a good reason, it could delay the work and put them behind schedule. At that point, it'd be their necks on the line. You should know more about all that than me, though, right?
I don't serve any of the lords. But I see what you mean. After 3 centuries of run and rule without much upheaval, it's possible the soldiers might be losing their edge. All this trouble we've caused might be the first excitement they've had in a while.
Well, I don't plan on getting killed for their amusement.
I mean, are we pretending that he's not Renan? I mean, how long are we going to pretend that he's not a Renan too? Oh, yeah, I think I'll look at this, huh? Hot, 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 hot.
Be careful. If you get close to a Zoogle, they'll attack.
Well, maybe I want them to attack. Changing controls during combat. Press the option. Is that supposed to be option? While in the menu to change, or I guess I should call that hamburger. Press the hamburger while in the menu to change your character's control mode. Semi-auto automatically moves until in attack range. Manual full control. Auto fights based on strategy. Semi-auto mode is designed for players who only wish to casually dabble in combat. Meanwhile, manual mode is for those seeking full control, while auto mode lets the game take the reins. I don't know.
You're surrounded. Just stay calm. You're mine. See ya. It's over. Talon Sword. Don't let them form a pack. It's over. I'll run you through. Swallow blade. You're mine. It's over.
We turned the tables on him.
There are still more left.
Right. No time to hold back. Here I come.
These little ones are hardly worth it.
Less talking, more pummeling.
I'm sure I can put this to use. Don't fight any enemies you can otherwise avoid, all right?
Makes sense. If we try to take them all on, there'll be no end in sight.
You sure won't hear me complaining.
But then I won't raise levels. What kind of crappy advice is that?
What a weird stone.
I sense a strange power from it. We should gather as many as we can find.
This is...
Seems you found something good. Supplies like that are valuable. Never overlook them.
Got it. I'll remember that.
Let's stop a moment to catch our breath.
But I've barely worked up a sweat.
Speak for yourself. What do you want, a medal? Doesn't look like we're being followed. Fail to grab these rare moments of quiet when you can. You'll end up regretting it later.
You're the boss.
What? Oh, the boss. Camping out. Resting at a campground will restore your party's HP and CP. While resting, you can watch skits and cutscenes that you previously viewed.
Normally, we should take turns standing guard. But this first time, I'll watch over things so you two can rest easy.
I've never just sat and watched a fire like this before. It's surprisingly soothing.
Well, aren't you getting comfortable? You realize there are still Zeugles prowling around out here, right?
Ah, don't be a spoilsport. It's important to let your mind and spirit relax. Does you a lot more good than you might think.
Well, mansplained rest to me. Jeez.
A Master Core, huh? Now I see. So that's why Balsef's cronies were so desperate to catch her.
Is that what it's called? The jewel in her chest?
Oh, sorry, I meant
You don't
tits.
remember a damn thing, do you? Ah, fair enough. Guess it's time to fill you back in.
And?
Tell me, you ever wonder why we Danans are made to work ourselves to the bone, day in, day out?
Well, when you put it like that, I always just assumed we were mining resources for them.
And don't you think it'd be quicker if they used all that high-powered tech they have? Why go to all the trouble of relying on weak human labor? Listen, what the Renans are really after isn't resources or minerals. It's astral energy. They're harvesting the astral energy that sleeps inside all matter in life forms. And they're doing it the same way they have for the past 300 years, using us Danans as mere siphons.
Right. They have machines for minerals, but extracting from Danans requires spirit cores. Any astral energy collected passes through a spirit vessel on its way to being stored in a master core.
But why go to the trouble of collecting all this energy in the first place? Do they really need all that juice just to use astral arts?
It determines the Sovereign.
Sovereign? Is that the Renan ruler?
Exactly. 5 lords, each doing whatever it takes to gather as much astral energy as they can and store it in their master cores. Whichever of them manages to accumulate the most power at the end of their contest is crowned the ruler of the Renan motherland. A new crown contest, as they call it, is held every decade or so.
So you see, the Master Cores are the receptacles in which the Lords store their power. And we Danans are sacrificed, so the Renans can choose their new ruler.
That's insane! You're telling me that's what our people have been dying for this whole time?
Relax, hero. You're not the only one who's bent out of shape about the whole thing. There are two things that I haven't been able to get my head around yet. What business would a Renin have stealing a Master Core? And what's the deal with that blazing sword?
I think the sword is a physical manifestation of the Master Core's astral energy. As for why it took the shape of a sword, well, I don't know any more than you do. Honest.
And that stuff about needing your permission to use it? What was that about?
I'm the only one of us who can control the Master Core to some extent. Without me to adjust the flow of astral energy, the sword can't take a physical form.
What do you want out of this? You may be one of them, but you don't strike me as the ruthless oppressor type.
I'm going to take down all of the Lords.
Oh, is that all?
Never thought I'd say this, but I like the cut of your jib, Renin. Very well. As far as we're concerned, the struggle continues either way. And with that sword on our side, our chances of victory just increased. That is, of course, assuming we can count the two of you in.
Fine by me. After all, it sounds like we're after the same thing anyway.
Honestly, I'm still a little confused by all this. But if it's a choice between this or going back to being a slave, then I choose to fight.
Then it's settled. Together we'll overthrow the Renin Lords. And first up on that chopping block is
Balsac.
the wild beast. Sound good?
Oh, well, am I playing Returnal? What the heck?
I've got to hurry.
We have another secret hideout in Ulzebek, not far from here. We should be able to meet up with our comrades there. You should be able to eat this. Whenever you find some, make sure to grab it.
Gather.
Good to know.
Definitely.
I mean, you still have to process it first.
It's one enormous stray.
I don't think we can take it right now.
I mean, just popping it in your mouth is, you know, not like a pleasant experience.
We've almost made it to Ulzebek.
Oh, you can't go up there just to whack at it. Yeah, probably not my priority.
Normally I don't pick on the weak.
Here I
You're mine! I'll run you through! Had it coming! You're mine! It's over!
Go!
Guess we gotta roll with it. Take this! You're finished!
Go! It's over!
Don't go charging off like that! See ya! Here I come! Tell it! It's over! Not half bad.
Could you try to be less patronizing?
I've still got a ways to go.
Ooh.
Woohoo! Woohoo!
That's an unusual bird.
It's an owl. They're often used as a symbol to represent ancient Dana.
I'll take you all on! Here I come! Slide!
Here, let
You're
me help.
surrounded! Take this! Stay calm! Now I can let loose. I'm on it.
Here I go!
Here I come! One final push!
Right.
Give them all we got! Like this! Here I come! You're finished! Take this! Here I come! Talent sword! Touch cannon! That was almost too easy.
Nice. I do like next gen. I do like this gen's loading times. I mean, this would have been kind of painful in the previous games.
What's this thing?
So it's nice to see that the hardware is being utilized. Oh yeah, there's a big circle. I mean, this area in particular is kind of brown, but you can see he has some vivid colors on him, make him stand out. Uzbek.
Okay, people, this is it. Ulzebek.
No sign of any Renin guardsmen.
The Renins aren't as populous as the Danins. Probably figure stationing guards in a place like this would be a waste of precious manpower.
So this is where the next safe house is?
Yes. The last place they'd think to look for enemies is on their own doorstep.
That is, assuming anyone actually made it here before us.
Zephyr!
Looks like we needn't have worried. Come on.
Yeah, just call me out right in the middle of the open. Huh. Oh, so you're the new recruit that Zephyr brought in, eh? I wouldn't call myself a recruit, really. Oh, really? Well, we heard all plenty about you, so if you ever decide to join up with us, you'll definitely be more than welcome. Is there anything you want to know? What is this place? This is Ulzbek. It's a Danin enclave like plenty of others in this realm. Unlike Moscow, which is mainly a mining area, this place mostly produces food and other daily essentials. The Bright Eyes rarely show their faces here, which is why we've made it our headquarters. What's the situation? Our friends have made it back from the old Xeon mine. Unfortunately, not everyone made it out of there alive. We have to make sure their sacrifice won't be in vain. Am I really that famous? Oh, why are you so surprised? Of course you're famous, tough guy. How are people not to notice you wearing that mask of yours? And as if that's not enough, you're always going out of your way to help people and make life less miserable. It's no wonder people talk about you. With that kind of reputation, I say you definitely belong with the Crimson Crows. Yeah, I'm good. Alright, catch you around. Just look out for armored soldiers and Zoogles when you go out, okay? Where are we going?
What's this doing here?
Whoa, the jumping is interesting. I can make just about anything. Food, clothing, furniture. Not that there's anything left to make things with. Come on, quit standing around talking. We've got water to carry. But you saw all those Crimson Crow members. They were hurt. Those Bright Eyes must have got them. I wonder if we're next. I don't know. Dad says the Bright Eyes can't afford to just kill their workers, or maybe they changed their mind. I wonder how much longer this fighting will go on. There are so many Crimson Crows who have gotten injured and killed because of it. Who knows? I just hope things don't get any worse. It sends chills down my spine thinking about what might happen if they manage to take the Renins, or manage to make the Renin... Wait. It sends chills down my spine thinking about what might happen if they manage to make the Renins any angrier. Ugh, yeah. Oh, the combination of words really gets me. Glad you're okay. Quick, get inside. Those are rations we managed to swipe back from the Bright Eyes. You're welcome to have some. Just make sure they don't see you with them. Thanks, I'll be careful. My kids are starving over here, and they somehow expect us to keep them fed on next to nothing. By all means, your kids are more than welcome to have them. It makes the risk we take getting these rations that much more worthwhile.
Zephyr!
Zephyr, you made it! See? I told you there's no way Zephyr would have kicked the bucket.
Fine, you were right. So, what's the plan?
Wait, did you want me to die?
Well, we've got an ace up our sleeve and the enemy's in disarray. I say we strike while the iron's hot.
So we're finally going head to head with Balsef.
That's right. We can't afford to mess this up. It's now or never.
Then now it is. We've all been waiting for this day for far too long.
Oh, you're so peppy.
Leave the plan to me. In the meantime, yeah, you two need to do something about your outfits.
I mean, not like I can go shopping.
I have just the thing for your size. Stay right there, okay?
What, me?
Ta-da! I told you, it fits like a dream. I'm afraid we don't have any Renin clothing. I could find you some Danon outfits. But something tells me you'd rather pass.
Is this really that important?
In case you need reminding, I'm here because our interests overlapped. Nothing more. At no point did I say I've given up being a Renin. Now, let's play nice. How about you ask Nate and see what he says? He's our one-stop shop for info around here. With any luck, he might just know something.
Are we really going to bet it all on Iron Mask and his Renin lady friend? I'm not sure I like our odds. Well, if Zephyr says they're good, it must be true. We just have to trust them. Nate's still talking to the others. You'll find him outside. You should go say hi to him. You're not only new here, you don't remember much at all, right? Well, if you got any questions, lay them out. I'll see what I can do, or see what I can tell you. What's our group's goal? Ideally, we'd like to drive out the Renins, but as I'm sure you know, they've got us more than a little outgunned. For now, we're mostly waiting for a chance to strike as we sabotage what we can, gather intel, and help other slaves along the way. Although apparently our big chance is right around the corner, if Zephyr and the rest are to be believed. The Bright Eyes wear those huge armored suits and fight using astral arts, and sicking their Zeugles on people. They're dead meat if you try to take them head on, so we have to fight using greater numbers and by taking advantage of the terrain. Most of us aren't like Zephyr. We can't take them alone, one-on-one like him, unfortunately. That's why we're so glad to have you two on board with us. We can use all the help we can get. What are you guys doing in Uzbek? Uzbek is one of those enclaves where Danon slaves live. It's mostly responsible for producing food. The Bright Eyes don't have any outposts here and hardly come through on patrol, which is what made us decide to set up shop here. In exchange for agreeing to keep quiet about our whole presence, we give out supplies to the residents and help them with their needs. Also doesn't hurt that nobody's a fan of the Bright Eyes either, though. What can you tell me about the Renins? The big planet in the sky is their homeworld, Rena, while the smaller object is Lenegus, their stronghold where the Bright Eyes come from. Oh, and about that name, we call them Bright Eyes because their eyes light up when they use their astral arts. Pretty simple, right? Likewise, they love to call us embeddeds, since we're all embedded with the spirit core as soon as we're born. But when someone joins the Crimson Crows, they dig theirs out. It's our way of showing we're not slaves to anybody any longer. The big shot Renins in charge, the Lords, they wear different outfits from the rest. They're made of weird fabric and stick out like a sore thumb. Anything else you want to ask about? What are Zeugles? The Zeugles are the monsters you often see tagging along with Bright Eyes. I couldn't tell you how many different kinds there are, but I do know that they're all nasty and real dangerous. There are also feral ones you'll find wandering around outside. Most of these escape from their keepers. We call those strays. What are astral arts? It's what the Bright Eyes refer to. It's what the Bright Eyes refer to the powers that they use. They're basically like a kind of magic. Danons can't use astral arts for themselves, which makes Renins as much of a pain to deal with as their Zeugle pets. I'm good. All right. Well, if you think of something new you need to ask, just let me know. You have a ton of information. The other members and I are going to devise our plan of attack. I'll have to let them know that I intend to make you guys the centerpiece of the whole operation. This place is our hideout. Worst comes to worst, we've got plenty of escape routes ready in case we need to bolt from here too. I like that the bubbles turn blue when you've already spoken to somebody, or if they don't have anything new. It makes it easier to track who you need to talk to, and who you haven't talked to. Be careful if you choose to go out. There's a garrison of armored soldiers up ahead. Oh, well, who wants to go out then? Not me.
Nath, we need your help.
Ah, damn. Never the manpower when you... Huh? Help, huh? What kind? Is it urgent?
Well, no, not exactly.
Well, in that case, would you mind helping me out with something first? The work's really piled up around here.
What is it you'd like us to do?
Anything you can manage. No one cares about us slaves. That's why it's all the more important that we stick together and take care of each other. Check in with that guy over there for details on what needs doing. And thanks in advance.
I wonder if something happened. Hey.
Nath sent us. He heard you might be a little short-handed.
Yes!
You could say that. Didn't think he'd send over the Iron Mask himself, though. That a Bright Eyes with you? You sure we can really trust her? She's on our side. Zephyr can vouch for her. If Zephyr's good with her, then I guess we don't have a problem. What the hell? My name's Tyranny. I'm the one who runs this lodge. This is the lodge? But we already have our own beds. We don't sleep on straw and rock-hard dirt around here. The Crimson Crows have their fair share of folks who are either knocking on death's door or can't otherwise move around openly. This is what this place is here for, to give people a place to rest up properly before they head off to fight. Everybody needs their rest. If you don't rest, you can't hope to fight the Bright Eyes at your best.
I guess.
Makes sense. What do you want us to do then? I need you to help haul in some cargo. I have some friends who are on their way to collect it from our hideout in the Zion mines. The mines? Is that really such a good idea after the Renans snuffed the place out? There are valuable items people risk their lives to gather. We need to get at least some of them back. They should be down around the Sandinus Ravine at this point. We meet up with them and help bring the supplies back to this lodge.
Got it.
You're welcome to use these facilities if you need to as well. I'll let you sleep here for free. Start quest. Supply procurement. Talking to someone with a letter icon will start a subquest. Clearing these subquests will earn you rewards, and you can accept as many of them as you like. You can also check each of their objectives from the activity records.
I had no idea the Crimson Crows were so active.
You sound pretty thrilled by that.
Thrilled? Maybe. But I'll settle for hopeful. We know now that not everyone is rolling over for the Renans.
Oh, Santa's Ravine. Okay, sure. Like I know where that is. Remember, I lost all my memory. Is there a big map? Oh, the music has a very like original Star Trek feel to it for some reason. Like those horns just remind me of something I'd hear when Kirk was exploring the planet or something.
That's what I like to hear.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Here I come! Here I come!
Here's a
You're
healing
finished!
arc.
Slash!
First aid!
Now I've come one!
Here I go. It's over.
Here I come! You're finished!
Take it. You're mine.
Here I come! You're mine! It's over!
First aid.
No escape! You're finished!
And again. Magna
Here
ray.
I come! Here I come! It's over!
Magna ray.
Mirage! No escape! Slash! Swallow blade!
Help this.
Here I come! Looks like we won.
I won't forgive you.
Here I come!
Magna ray.
Take this!
There.
Mirage!
Got you. Magna ray.
It's over!
Magna ray.
Slash! I'm not done!
Excited. I'm only getting...
You're finished!
Here, let me help. First aid.
It's over!
Magna ray.
I'm not done!
Looks like it could be worth something.
I know these Tales of games always have these like super epic soundtracks. You were just like wandering around doing nothing.
What? They're all dead? How did this happen?
I'm sure something killed them. It's usually how that works.
Soldiers. That's how.
Are you Iron Mask?
Yeah, I am. Dyron sent me to help. Hang in there!
I'm so glad you made it. In the bushes over there. You'll...
Hang on! Xion, do something!
It's no use. He's already dead.
But he didn't finish his sentence.
Damn them! They've killed so many of us, and it's still not enough! They won't be satisfied until they've wiped us all out like pests!
Yeah, I don't care.
He mentioned something about those bushes. We should check them.
Is this a cooking pot? But what is it doing here?
If I had to guess, he put it there to make sure a Renin wouldn't steal it.
So even though he knew he was dying, he chose to use the last of his strength to hide it, believing somebody would come for it. I guess you think it's stupid getting killed over a silly trinket, huh?
No. Clearly he risked his life for something he believed in. I would never mock someone for that.
Well, except for that guy. What a... Oh.
It will be up to us to figure out the purpose behind his dying act.
We'll make sure it wasn't in vain. If nothing else, this proves that the Renins can be outsmarted. We'll carry out your will, and see it through to the end.
Then we better get going. We don't know when those soldiers might be back to make another sweep of the area.
Did we grab the
So
pot?
This is what it means to fight the Renins.
Sounds like you're kind of scared to me.
Of course I am. But if I'm gonna die one way or another, I'd rather go down fighting.
I'd rather just not die. Oh yeah, I'd rather eat pizza and ice cream. I mean, not at the same time. You know, one after the other. Not some heathen. Yeah, and the enemies stay permanently defeated. Or I mean, at least until you start the mission or enter a town or something. So that's interesting too. I would have figured they would respawn by the time you go back to the same place. I guess the respawn time's a little longer.
Try to be careful not to stand out too much. You're the only Renan around here, you know.
I know. I was just thinking about how communal it feels here, even though it's only supposed to be slave quarters.
Huh? Oh, yeah. When you put it like that, I guess it is different from heavily patrolled Mosgul. Were you expecting something more depressing?
It's likely a sign that Balsef doesn't think you guys can do anything to him.
What?
I mean, if Balsef thought the Crimson Crows actually posed a threat to him, you'd figure he'd be trying harder to suppress them.
You... No. You're probably right about that. All of the other Danans that aren't with the Crimson Crows accept the Renan's rule as simply a fact of life. From the day we're born, no, probably even before that, it's been drilled into us that the only purpose our lives have is to help select the next sovereign.
If they don't like the status quo, then they should fight it. Otherwise, they're endorsing it either way.
I see it differently, but that's just me. Speaking of Renans, do all of them think about things the way you do?
I won't deny that among my fellow Renans, power and status are everything. However, that isn't what this is about for me. I have something I need to do, and I'll do whatever it takes, and use whoever and whatever I need in order to get the job done. To hell with power.
Yeah, I mean, but you're still after power. Just saying. So, nobody made it, huh? I'm sorry. If we arrived a little sooner, we could have. Hey, these things happen. It hurts, but this is the world we live in. I'll take good care of what you brought back. It's the only way we can respect the sacrifice of those we've lost. Hey, when's Daddy coming home? Oh no, that's the guy's kid. Not yet, sweetie. Your dad's gone away for a while, and... Don't lie to me. He's dead, isn't he? I know that whenever grown-ups look sad and say someone's gone, they always mean they're dead. Daddy always warned me that this might happen one day. He told me to stay strong and be brave. So This isn't right. Poor kids shouldn't have to be dragged into our own mess. Let's report back to Nathan, then get ready to fight. Quest complete. Emblem obtained. Iron Master Rebellious Spark. Okay. Oh, I can... As you fill certain requirements for each of your characters, you'll earn titles for them, which unlock arts and skills that they can then learn, making fights easier. You can view title unlock requirements from the skills panel. You can spend skill points to SP to learn arts and skills from unlocked titles, all of which grant powerful effects, making it worth your while to spend SP early and often. The skill panel can be accessed directly by pressing right on the D-pad. If there is a skill you want to learn but just don't have the SP for yet, highlight it on the skill panel and press square. Doing so will turn on an alert that will notify you when you have enough SP to finally unlock it. Interesting. What is this? Increase stage. Wow, it's so tiny. I was expecting this text to zoom in, but no, this is as big as it gets, I guess. So weird. What do I have? I can pick Severing Wind or Stardust, or Mid-Area Evasion. Mid-air evasion, huh? Well, probably gonna be useful right there, huh? Okay.
I feel like somebody's watching us.
Maybe there's someone around here who needs our help.
Is there an owl around here? We have the most unusual sounding owls in this game. Is that you saying that? What? Oh yeah, you're definitely cuckoo. Just walking around hoo-hooing all the time. Okay, oh, you know what, whatever.
You're back, huh? Sounds like it was a real ordeal out there. Much as I hate to admit it, there aren't many of us who can take on those Renan armored soldiers. All we can do is make sure we remember those who sacrificed their lives for the cause.
Yeah, they won't be forgotten.
Glad to hear it. Now, what was that favor you wanted to ask me?
Oh, right. Well, you see...
So then, you're wondering if I know of any places where you can find Renan equipment, huh? Anywhere with those damn bright eyes is gonna have tight security, of course. You can't just go carelessly poking around. Unless... Across the wilderness outside Ulzabek, you'll find the Fagan ruins. There's some kind of old Renan castle out there. What with it being impenetrable, I forgot. But with a Renan tagging along, who knows? Maybe you can find some way in. You ask me, though, it's a lot of trouble for some Renan rags. If I were you, I'd get comfortable with Danon guards.
Those look like the ruins. Let's move.
Are we really going in there?
Yes. Now let's move.
Hey, Shion, where does your gun come from?
What do you mean, where does it come from?
When you're fighting, it looks like it just appears out of nowhere.
Oh, that's transferal technology. When I don't need my weapon, I submerge it in empty space. And when I do, I summon it. Make sense?
Not really, but it sounds pretty amazing.
Huh?
Well, that way you don't have to carry around any heavy weapons or worry about enemies trying to steal them, right? It's a pretty cool invention.
You realize you're praising the technology of your enemies, right?
So, technology is technology. It's not good or bad in and of itself.
I guess that's true.
Trying to find out where this hoo-hoo is coming from. Well, yeah, you know what, I don't need to be obsessed with it. Should we be going someplace else? I don't know. I completely forgot where I was supposed to go. Like, I'll be honest with you. Oh, so you're the new recruit. Yeah, sure, that's right. Interesting. Oh, that's right, I already talked to her. Got the blue letter.
You see anybody around here who could use our help?
We can't chase after every little thing.
Are you telling me I shouldn't get involved with the Crimson Crows, old man? You're damn right. Back when I was your age, we had people who were doing the same thing as them folks, and ain't nothing's changed. Nothing. If them bright eyes find out we got a Crimson Crow hiding among us, you can be sure there'll be hell for everyone to pay in Uzbek. She's right. They'll kill us all, each and every one of us. You know how they operate. Exactly. I'd give it a second thought before you do something we'll all regret. As much as I hate to admit it, they're both right. I hate the Renans as much as everyone else, but trying to fight them is suicide. There's only one way it's going to end for them. Crimson Crows And it ain't going to be pretty. Just give it up. It's hopeless against the Renans. Sounds like there's a bit of a ruckus close by. Did something happen? I don't know what's going on around here. As long as it don't make my life any harder, though, I don't give a hoot. It's been long and hard enough struggling making it in this age as it is. My creaky old body can't take much more. I'm trying to see if there's an owl around there. Maybe you can get to it later or some other way. I don't know. The road over there leads to Igleo Wastes. You won't find any Renans since it's all just ruins and abandoned villages, but it's crawling with stray Zeugles, so be careful if you go there. After working with my hands all my life, I can't hardly see nothing with these old eyes anymore. Well, there ain't much to see here, so don't worry. Ooh, I've lived in Calabria all my life, so I'd like to think I can take a little heat, but this is really pushing it. That's why I gotta stay hydrated. Can't afford to collapse from heat stroke while looking out for Renans. It seems like there was a big commotion earlier, so I decided to hide in here and wait. You think it's finally safe to come out? We got to stay vigilant for signs of armored soldiers. We can't have a repeat of what happened in the old Xeon mine. We can keep going up. Let's go going up.
What's this thing?
Yeah, okay, well, I have no idea. All this dark talk just makes today's work that much harder to get through than it already is. I'm on patrol on Zephyr's orders. You can never be too careful when dealing with bright eyes. If any of us sense even a whiff of trouble, all we have to do is give the signal and everyone can hide immediately.
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
I don't have anything interesting to sell you all, but you're more than welcome to take a look and see what I've got. Life bottle scrap meat carp. You're welcome to sleep here if you like. You have to fix your own food, but the beds are nice and soft. Okay. Alright, why don't we stop it there? This is audap. You've been watching Tales of Arise on PlayStation 5. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.